What's going on, my homie fam dogs, home slice, fam slice, whatever I'm gonna call you guys. And today we are here with a tier list. I know it's been a while since I've done a tier list. Yeah, today we're here with an NBA The Run tier list. I don't know. I thought this would be really fun because while NBA The Run is a game where, in my personal opinion, you could use any player and be fine with them, but I will say there are kind of sort of levels to this, though I will say they did a pretty good job at making almost everybody, while unique, all usable for the most part. And this is coming after their most recent update. They had a pretty big update on June 25th. I'm recording this on July 1st, so happy July, guys. I don't know. Anyways, enough of the I haven't done a tier list in a very long time, and yeah, here we go. There wasn't an NBA The Run tier list, by the way. So I had to make this myself, but let's get right into it. Starting with Anthony Davis. Now, I didn't order these in any sort of way. I literally just uploaded the files and put them in here. Whoops. Yeah, there's all the files. I've used Anthony Davis in shoot around. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever brought Anthony Davis into an actual game, but Anthony Davis isn't bad. Anthony Davis isn't bad. He's pretty good defensively. Offensively, even though I want to say his 3-point rating is a little bit lower than you would think. I've seen people knock down threes pretty decently consistently with him. I think he goes in B. I don't like the fact that their heads are all cut off. That is a little weird. I don't know why their heads are cut off. Maybe I should try and fix that. I don't know if I can fix that. So I was able to resize all of those images. You know, online tools are pretty epic, but I'd be lying if I didn't say they're really small now. Oh geez, Bam recently got updated. I'm pretty sure his defensive stats used to not be as good as they are now. I like Bam. His guard is like a 5. And this is just going off memory, by the way. I don't have the game open or anything, but I'd say Bam probably ranks about the same as Anthony Davis. Now, I think I would take Bam over Anthony Davis because I think Anthony Davis is a bit slower than Bam. Now, I believe this is low-key have to zoom in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I have to squint my eyes. It's bad. I believe this is Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero is interesting. I haven't seen him too often. Paolo Banchero, I feel like, disclaimer, this is also my opinion, by the way. Paolo Banchero, I don't see getting used too often, but I think Paolo Banchero is like unironically like pretty good. I also think that a lot of people might end up in B tier. I find C tier and D tier, especially D tier, is not gonna happen that often, I don't think. Paolo Banchero. Do I put Paolo Banchero at the top of B? I'm thinking top of B and low A. Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero is like casually not that bad. For now, I'll go top of B. Paolo Banchero is actually not bad. Now, hear me out. I have a decent amount of time on the game, like spent not on camera. Amen Thompson, bro, defensive demon. Oh my goodness, Amen Thompson, like, he can't shoot. He can technically a little bit if you time it well enough. It's just, you know, not likely. But Amen Thompson's really that guy. I'm debating if I should put him in A tier because he has like the lockdown. I want to say takeover in the zone ability. It really does feel like lockdown. It's like enhanced guard and whatnot, and like pickpocket and stuff. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Amen Thompson, defensive menace, really fun to use if you haven't used him yet in the game, by the way. I think he's really good. Bobbito Garcia, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't unlocked him. I don't know if anybody has. Well, there's probably somebody out there that's unlocked him. Stats wise, off the top of my head, even though I haven't used him and I'm tempted to put him in don't know because I really don't know, but Bobbito Garcia, no offense to him, I'm just gonna put him in D tier. He's pretty bad. I'm not even gonna lie. He's not it, bro. I don't think he can play defense. He can't dunk. Like, he literally has 0 bar dunk. I'm so serious. I might even turn on the game and take a screenshot just to show you guys. He has 0 defense. It's kind of funny. We got Devin Booker. Devin Booker's actually really good. Smooth jump shot. Real smooth. I don't know how good defensively he is, but I am very willing to put Devin Booker in A tier. Devin Booker's a solid A tier. Jalen Brunson, once again, not bad. He's worse defensively than Devin Booker, I think. I could be wrong, by the way. I want to say they updated his stats. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what changed, but I want to say that they gave him crown 2-pointers now. So that's cool. It's just mid-ranges are kind of weird in NBA The Run. You can't really fade away when you run from the back. Like, well, you can. It's just, I don't know. It's like mid-range. Mid-range doesn't really exist in the game because it's either like a super duper long 2, which at that point you might have probably been accidentally trying to take a 3 and it just became a 2. But enough of the yak. I think Jalen Brunson's actually unironically really nice, really cool. Can shoot and dribble. can do all things, just not a great defensively. Cade Cunnigham. Now, Cade, I'm not gonna lie, haven't used him. haven't used him yet, so I could put him in don't know, but just for the sake that he's like one of the base characters that you just unlock, and I have played against a decent amount of Cade, and going off of stats, call this like fraudulent, I guess, call this a fraudulent ranking. I'm willing to bet that Cade's probably better than Jalen Brunson. Like, if I just think of what he does stats wise, and what's his zone ability? Okay, so his zone ability is going off, which is kind of like I want to say an overall stat boost to like all offensive abilities, or it might be the physical. Now we got rookie Curry and normal Curry. Now here's the thing, rookie Curry I know for a fact has ankle breaker, and this Curry has deep threat. I'm not gonna lie, based off of that alone, I'm almost willing to put, the stats wise they're very similar. I don't think it would matter too much, but I'm almost willing to say Curry I would put probably somewhere in there, and then I would say his rookie variant, the ankle breaker in the zone is pretty cool, though I will say I find it inconsistent sometimes. But with Curry, I think I'll go with that for now. Curry could be a potential S tier because, man, the it's like real life. I'm so serious. If you pick Curry, people are going to guard you literally like you are Curry. They're going to start guarding you at half, and you just draw so much attention because at the end of the day, 3s or 2s are more than 1s or 2s. So like Curry just gets guarded like he's a world-ending threat in the game, and just for that alone, I could bump him up to S tier. And I know that's crazy because I have him right behind Devin Booker and Common right now, but that zone ability is really strong. Destiny Jackson recently got buffed. Her jump shot used to be kind of nasty. They sped it up a lot. I still don't think she's the greatest. I would say she's probably better than Anthony Davis personally. I do like Destiny Jackson as an original character, but she can't dribble. Her defense isn't the greatest. She's not even the fast for being like as small as she is either. It's weird. Destiny Jackson is very weird, but she is technically the best shooter in the game with crowns on both 2s and 3s. I do know that. And the jump shot's not bad. It's really fast now, by the way. Like when I say they sped it up, it used to have this weird hitch. It's like really fast, super smooth. It's crazy actually what they did to it. But defensively, she's just kind of whatever. I think she's cool. She's fun. She's fun to use. Kevin Durant. And here we have our first S tier. If you don't know, Kevin Durant is a menace. He has 4 block. I know that off the top of my head. He can shoot it from deep. He has deep zone, I think. Actually, I want to say he has deep zone. Let me double check that. Yeah, Kevin Durant has deep threat at 6'10" with 4 in block and can do like everything else. Kevin Durant's a menace. It's kind of crazy. And 4 block, in my opinion, is a little crazy, but at the same time, if you do it any lower, then it's, I don't know. Kevin Durant's just never really felt like that much of a blocker to me, but it is an arcade video game, so I don't really care too much about the super duper accuracy of it, but it is weird. And I'm gonna tell you right now, both versions of Kevin Durant, I don't think it even matters. I don't think it matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're both S tier. They're both S tier. Luka Doncic, I'd say he's A tier. I have him probably. Ooh, this is tough. So this is Lakers Luka. This is Lakers Luka, and it really matters what the zone abilities is. And luckily, I have the list on my right hand side. So this Luka has dropping dime, and rookie Luka has ankle breaker. In my opinion, dropping dimes is a better zone ability than an ankle breaker because ankle breaker, like in my experience, a little inconsistent. I don't know. Like you can be doing dribble moves and still like get ripped, or like somebody will like reach and you'll do a dribble move and they don't get their. It's weird. They don't get their ankles broken. It's a little inconsistent, but when it starts working, it really works. Ankle breaker, that is. But dropping dimes, I think, is a better zone ability because it's basically like your teammates can make any shot after a small portion. And I really like that the ball glows, by the way. Side note, when it's activated, because it really helps with seeing how long you got to shoot it before the boost runs out. But that's a really nice boost to have. I'll have Luka in A. Might have him above Cade, but that's also simply because I don't know. I haven't used Cade personally yet. But actually, surprising a lot more people I have A tier. Might rearrange it towards the end. Anthony Edwards. Hot take. Not even a hot take. I got Anthony Edwards in S. I'm taking Anthony Edwards in S. This guy's a menace. He can do everything. He can do everything. He can guard, get steals. He can play defense. He has a decent, good speed. He can shoot. I mean, he can dunk. He's one of the best dunkers in the game. He has the posterizer zone ability. I mean, this guy's just a menace. Anthony Edwards is just a menace. And even if you're like, well, what about his jump shot? How does he move in game? What about that stuff? His jump shot's 5. So Anthony Edwards is our second S tier right there with Kevin Durant. He can just do it all. I mean, there's no weakness in this game for real. Now, El Gigante. I recently just unlocked El Gigante, and by recently I mean like yesterday. El Gigante's actually quite fun, very slow, and he loses stamina decently fast. I mean, what, he's like canonically he's like 60 years old or something, bro, so it makes sense. Great blocker, rebounder, and actually a decent shooter too, so that's crazy. Can't really dribble, not the greatest passer either. El Gigante's actually really good. That speed though hurts him pretty significantly, because like when I say he's slow, like he's real slow, and he does lose stamina. I think El Gigante might be bottom of A tier. I don't know what his zone ability does. I wanted to see what it is. I know it's called the Shadow. Well, okay, that's funny. So on the website it says Paint Patrol, but I know for a fact I used him yesterday in game, and it's called in the Shadow. So unless that was like a visual bug, I highly doubt it. The Shadow is just a crazy version of Paint Patrol, I would assume. Crazy zone ability. Bottom of A tier might be crazy just because he's slow, but I don't know. Where do I see him above Jalen? Probably. Do I see him above Ricky Steph? Maybe. This is where I'll put him for now, because his jump shot's actually fire, by the way. His jump shot's very nice. It just depends on how much being slow and like running out of stamina pretty fast you care about, because he's a menace on defense. He can shoot the ball for sure. He's just not athletic and can't really do much else. Anyways, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's interesting. He's also tends to be slow. He does have a custom fadeaway animation, so that's pretty cool. Whoops, not you, Cooper. Joel Embiid, I think, is right in here with like some of the other big men here in B tier. I'm just willing to bet he's probably better than Anthony Davis, because I would assume their stuff is pretty similar. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, if you keep seeing me look over to this way, by the way, it's me checking the zone abilities, and if there's like a weird cut, it takes a second to go through on the website, that is. I wish you could just scroll or something. Embiid has amped up, which I think is the physical one, so you just get like faster and stamina and stuff like that. It's an okay zone ability. It's pretty cool. It's all right. I could be confusing amped up with something else, so yeah, no, because amped up and then just going off. Yeah. But Joel Embiid, he's cool. Now, Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg's interesting, because Cooper Flagg's a menace on defense. He's fast. He's not that bad at shooting in the game either. Cooper Flagg, I'm not gonna lie, he's either top of A. I'm putting Cooper Flagg in S. I'm putting Cooper Flagg in S. Is Cooper Flagg better than Anthony Edwards? Probably not, but I wouldn't be mad if you told me Cooper Flagg was better than Anthony Davis in this game. Cooper Flagg, I do know, has lockdown as a zone ability as well, so he's a menace on defense. I do think lockdown's probably a tad bit better than posterizer. Basically, players that are like two-way threats IRL are kind of insane in NBA The Run. I mean, two-way threats IRL are also kind of insane. So, do-it-all players like Coop and then like Anthony Edwards, and then I wouldn't consider Durant a do-it-all player in real life, but he's he's really good. He's a Hall of Fame. But so these guys obviously are like pretty high up there. Giannis. Now, here's the crazy part. Giannis, of course, if this was real life, I would rank him S tier. Giannis in NBA The Run, I think, is the highest of A tier right now. Think Amin Thompson, but just a little bit better. You play the same with Giannis as you do Amin Thompson. I'm so serious. The biggest downside to both of Amin and Giannis is the fact that they both can't shoot threes that well. They can't extend the floor that well, so you basically run and dunk, man. But their defense, their power, which is shoving, by the way, their physicals, all of the other stuff is insane. Like Giannis's stats are absurd in the game. It's just he's held back by the fact that he can't really shoot for real. And honestly, if he could shoot in real life, holy moly, he'd be unstoppable. And if he could shoot in this game, he'd be unstoppable. So yeah, Giannis for me is the highest of A tier, and I wouldn't be mad if I put him in S tier. I might have to see how the list turns out later. Tyrese Haliburton. I think Tyrese for me is probably going to be top of it. I like Tyrese. I do. His jump shot, a little bit weird, just kind of how it is in real life. Not the craziest stuff. I actually quite like using Tyrese. Has dropping dimes ability. Very solid. Not the greatest defensively, but I want to say his guard stats not the worst either. So like what you want to do, and they recently buffed guard. So what you want to do is just hold guard and like not jump unless you absolutely know they're going to shoot. Tyrese and Jalen Brunson. See, that's the only thing. I don't know if I would say I would take Jalen Brunson over Tyrese, but at the moment, I would probably say yeah. I'd probably say yeah. But Tyrese isn't a bad pick. Not at all. If you want Tyrese and A, have at it. Now, James Harden. This is one guy I see a lot of other people using that I personally haven't even used that much. I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts are on James Harden. Kind of like how my thoughts are on James Harden in real life. I like James Harden, but I don't know if I would say I really like James Harden. What's his zone ability? His zone ability is ankle breaker. Yeah, I did post a short about that. I don't know. I don't even remember what his stats for real look like, so I could put him in don't know, but I feel like I said, with all these characters, I kind of do want to try and rank them because I have at least played against everybody. For the time being, I'm gonna put James Harden in B tier. I don't know. I haven't ran into any James Hardens that like put the fear of everything into me, but I'm cool. I'm cool with I'm cool with Mr. Harden. Now, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's interesting. Jaylen Brown is actually interesting. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Jaylen Brown in this game is better than Tatum, without a doubt. I want to say his in the zone is either amped up or going off, and of course he's further down in the freaking character roster, so I have to scroll further because that's nice. All right, now that I know his takeover is going off, I keep saying takeovers, in the zone is going off. I also got some water, by the way, so yeah, needed that. Going off is better than amped up in my opinion. He might be low 8 here for me. I do actually don't hate Jaylen Brown. He's also really good defensively, so do I dare say he's better than Luka in this game? Is that crazy? He's up there with, he's right around Cade, Gigante. I don't think he's better than Curry, Devin Booker, or like those guys at the top, but would I say he's better than Luka? I don't know. And for now I am. Yeah, I'll say that for now. Jokic, in my opinion, S tier. Defensively, does enough. Offensively, it's Jokic. He does everything. Physical's not even that bad. Funnily enough, Jokic, his zone ability, I'm not even sure if anybody else in the game has. Jokic has glass cleaner zone ability, which is actually really crazy for getting boards and putbacks, by the way. Though I wouldn't say it's the craziest zone ability in the game. It's pretty cool though. I do like it. It's rebounding at the end of the day. I do like me some rebounders, but I don't think it's as good as lockdown. I don't think it's as good as deep threat. I don't know if I even think it's as good as posterizing, but Jokic is really good. And I think what makes Jokic casually really good, he does have a custom fade as well, by the way, but his jump shot is just money. His jump shot's money. So that alone could like put him above Flagg. I don't know, but I'm gonna put Jokic in. Jokic is him. Another guy, Kawhi. Bro, Kawhi is, I dare say Kawhi might be on the same level or better than Cooper. Kawhi is easily one of the best players to use in this game. Defensively, just a menace. Like max steals, not Brown steals, I don't think. Can rebound, can shoot, dribble a little bit. I think his worst attribute probably is passing or something. I don't know. It's Kawhi. Physically, he's fine. It's Kawhi. His aura is cool as far as I remember. Yeah, Kawhi's insane. Like I said, two-way players that are in real life are cracked in this game. I'm willing to say Kawhi might be better than Anthony Edwards. I think Kawhi is nice. Now, it's hard for me to tell you what separates Kawhi from Coop. They are very similar, but I think Kawhi a little bit more. Not gonna lie, I was listening to some music, had some bull. Kevin Durant, the rookie variant of Kevin Durant, literally right there with normal Kevin Durant. Like I said, would I say Kawhi's better than rookie KD or not? I don't know. Rookie KD's going off, which is a little bit worse than deep threat, I think, for Kevin Durant, but going off is equally just like almost as good as deep threat because it's a boost to all offensive things. But yeah, it's Kevin Durant. I already said that. Lamelo Ball's weird. I think with Lamelo Ball, what holds the Lamelo Ball back is his jump shot. And funnily enough, I'm recording this in the middle of like the free agency like nonsense. Lamelo Ball's not even a Hornet anymore. Giannis isn't even a Buck anymore. Who else? Kawhi's not a Clipper anymore. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. They might need to start changing jerseys or like I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. A lot of stuff happening. LeBron's not going to be a Laker next season. But yeah, Ja's not a Grizzly. Lamelo Ball. Do I like you better or worse than Tyrese? I don't know. To me, they're about the same. I might put LaMelo at the top of B. I don't mind LaMelo. If you can learn his jump shot, I do think LaMelo's pretty nice with it. But his jump shot is kind of janky. But I mean, it kind of is janky in real life as well. But Tyrese and LaMelo literally are like very similar in like a lot of ways. Both not the greatest defensively. I think both have dropping dimes in the zone. Both are like pretty good offensively and both have pretty jank jump shots. So that's just a pick who you like better, honestly. Do I like Melo more than Tyrese as a player? I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie. And here we are with LeBron James. Now, both LeBron Jameses are S tier. It just depends on where you would want to play. I think rookie LeBron's probably a little bit worse than Anthony Edwards, but it's rookie LeBron, so I see a lot of them. People love rookie LeBron. I technically haven't even unlocked rookie LeBron. And current day LeBron, because I'll just go ahead and rank him over Damian Lillard. Current day LeBron, is it crazy? I feel like I might be crazy saying this. I think current day LeBron might be a little bit better than the rookie variant because of in the zone, but it's tough. They're really close. I think that's how I'll rank them for now. Because LeBron, the amount of insane snatch blocks You would think LeBron has the same block rating as Wemby. Some of the blocks I see LeBron getting, but like, bro, also spoiler alert, yeah, to who's gonna be really high in this tier soon. But LeBron is crazy in this game. And the only reason I'm ranking current day LeBron, I think his zone ability is a little bit better than 08 LeBron, but both are like athletic freaks in this game. So like, yeah. Damian Lillard. I actually rarely see people playing Damian Lillard like at all. I think he's one of the few people who have deep threat in the game. And honestly, off that merit alone, I could put him in A tier, but I really Damian Lillard low-key is like one of the few people I would put in don't know. I actually don't know. I don't even know what his defensive stats are like. I don't know if I've seen anybody really even play Damian Lillard. Like, for the sake of ranking him, if you want me to rank him, just based off the fact that he does have deep threat, I would put him at top of B, low A, off of the deep threat alone, because it is that strong. I mean, I could put him in B. I don't know. I don't know. For the sake of just not knowing, I'm going safe and putting him top of B. Tyrese Maxey, unironically, really good. He's super fast. He has Rocket Man, which is another rare in the zone ability, and it does make you, bro, you run super fast. He's also like pretty decent at defense in this game and can do a lot on offense too. He's actually not bad at all. Do I think he's better than Ricky Curry? Do I think he's better than Luka? Probably. Do I think he's better than Jaylen Brown? Tough for me to say. I don't know. I'm gonna put him there right now, but Tyrese Maxey's actually kind of nutty. Donovan Mitchell, another guy with Rocket Man, but I just don't see him nearly as much as Tyrese. I don't really know what to say about Tyrese. He's cool. I'm gonna put him like or not Tyrese, Donovan Mitchell. Did I call him Tyrese this whole time? Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell could slot right in there with James Harden-ish, Rocket Man. I just don't think he's as nice defensively as Tyrese is, but like, you could make the argument that he's very similar to Tyrese, but you know, I don't know. I just don't see a lot of Donovan Mitchell's either, to be fair. Ja Morant, crazy enough, I want to say Ja Morant also has Rocket Man. And to me, that's weird because Ja Morant is like one of the few people that you would think gets the posterizer in the zone ability, but no, they gave him Rocket Man. Yeah, I don't really, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna throw Ja down there because I don't think Ja's as good as a three-point shooter, say, as James Harden or Donovan Mitchell. And honestly, I could put Paolo somewhere in here as well, because Paolo is low-key better than those people. And then Bam is probably, you could argue, a little bit better. I'll reorganize that later if I have any final thoughts later. But back to Ja. He's aight. Not that great defensively. Is fast, you know, can dunk, can shoot. Just I don't know. I'm not really sold on Ja. Scottie Barnes, unironically, is either bottom S, top A. Scottie Barnes is actually cracked in this game. He's like Giannis and Amin, almost stats-wise, very similar. He's like Giannis with like a tick down on everything, except he can shoot now. Scottie has like 4 on like dang near everything, if I'm not mistaken. Underrated gem right there. Scottie's actually really good. I wouldn't be mad if you try to put him in the S tier either. Rookie Shai. Rookie Shai's interesting. Would I say Shai is bottom S, both variants? Funnily enough, I do think, even though I don't see Rookie Shai as much as normal Shai, weirdly enough, I would argue that Rookie Shai might be better. Might be. And that's just because this is actually one where I wish I did have my game up on my screen right now, but Rookie Shai does have going off as in the zone. Shai is S tier. My problem is Rookie Shai A tier or also S tier? And I'd argue Rookie Shai is also probably S tier, just like how all the variants here are S tier. I'm just trying to figure out, do I think Rookie Shai is better than Modern Shai? Because I like his zone ability more than Modern Shai. This Shai has amped up. Rookie Shai has going off. I would personally prefer going off over amped up. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna leave that like that for now. Now, do I think they're better than Jokic? Potentially. Do I think they're better than Ricky LeBron? That's where I'm gonna have such a hard time deciding that I'm just gonna leave it right there. This guy, Shen Tong, I think is his name. Shen Tong, another original character. Can dunk, can't really shoot, can get steals and pass. I think he's also decent at dribbling. Yeah, Shen Tong's something else, man. He's either low B or C. Shen Tong's I. He's I. He might actually be the only person in C. I'm so serious. Shen Tong's Shen Tong's cool. He's a really good dunker. I did actually win a championship, not during a recording, but while using him, but I was playing with friends as well. He's cool. He's usable. Bottom B, I'm gonna put him in C though for now. Generally haven't played against too many or even used, what's this guy's name? Oh my goodness. Spin Cycle, whose ability is pickpocket. I would be willing to bet Spin Cycle is top of A, low S, to be honest with you. He has a pickpocket, like that's a unique in the zone. And to be honest, his stats do look pretty good from as far as I know, but I literally don't know because I barely see him. I'm not gonna lie. Something similar with Bobbito, but I'm safe to say Bobbito's kind of butt. He's actually so butt that I already know where I wanted to rank him. But maybe that's unfair to Bobbito. I could put him in don't know, but I'm gonna leave him in D for now because it's funny. Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's actually, in my opinion, an underrated gem. Josh Giddey's casually, like, I don't know if I would put Josh Giddey A, and it's kind of funny. I think Josh Giddey's a solid B. Josh Giddey, stats wise, is low-key like, you know, like another like Scottie, right? Where he's well balanced in a lot of areas. He's just a tick below even Scottie. So like a lot of 3, 4s. Josh Giddey, he's all right. He's not bad at all. I actually quite like Josh Giddey in this game. I mean, I like him enough to say I like him over anybody else in like B tier, and maybe that means P5. I gotta stop calling him P5. And Bam are a little bit higher, and I'm willing to bet they might be. But Josh Giddey is actually an underrated gem in my opinion. Rookie Luka. Now, if normal Luka's in A, for some reason when I used rookie Luka, he just didn't play as well as normal Luka. And I'm not sure why, but I did like using rookie Luka. Not to say I didn't like using rookie Luka, but this might be one of the first. I'm debating. I'm so serious when I say I'm gonna put him in B tier below Josh Giddey. It's crazy, but rookie Luka is one of the first rookie variants in this entire list where I don't have them in the same tier, just sort of different. I could put rookie Luka in A tier because at the end of the day, it is Luka. He does have a custom fadeaway, which is pretty nice too, but his is in the zone is ankle breaker, which I really, maybe I'm sleeping on ankle breaker. I don't know. I don't think it's all bad. I don't think ankle breakers. I like dropping dives a little bit more, a lot more than ankle breaker. But yeah, I just can't see myself. I don't know. I don't know. Jayson Tatum, like I said earlier on, Jayson Tatum, in my opinion, is just outright worse than Jaylen Brown. He even has less aura than Jaylen Brown in the game, I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm sleeping on JT, but I actually really just, I don't know. I think he's probably better than Ja, if I'm being honest, but like JT's kind of, I'm not a big JT believer, but JT, I'm not a big fan. Trae Young. Now, Trae Young, I'm not gonna lie, very similar situation to Damian Lillard, where I literally just don't see him. So I don't think I've seen a single Trae Young, actually. Is that crazy? Let me know if you guys have. I don't think I've seen one Trae Young. Maybe I have seen one. I've messed around with him in shooting around. I think he has the dropping dimes takeover. Yeah, count how many times I accidentally say takeover in this video. Yeah, he has dropping dimes. I think they changed his stats because he used to not even have max 3-point rating, which is kind of crazy because it is Trae Young. Now he does. This is one of those things where I wish I could rank him, but truth be told, you guys are gonna have to help because I actually have never really ever seen anybody use him, and I personally haven't used him. Maybe I should. Maybe that's a video. Maybe Trae Young's actually an underrated gem, but like based off of what I know of Trae Young in like real life and probably what he looks like in game, he's probably pretty good offensively and probably can't do a thing defensively, which automatically would probably slot him in at B tier and probably low B tier, kind of like Ja, and maybe even C tier. But dropping dimes is a good thing, and he can shoot, which I think is a little bit better than Ja being able to dunk, and he can shoot as well, but not as well as Trae Young. Victor Wembanyama, S tier. Do I think Victor, now here's this might make the whole house mad. Do I think Victor Wembanyama is the best player in NBA the run? Personally, no. Will I change this in 5 seconds? I don't know. You're gonna have to stick to the end to see where my final opinion lays with all of these people. But in my opinion, yeah, you know what? This is tough. Because really, in my opinion, it's a mix-up between Wemby, Kevin Durant, Kawhi, and LeBron. These 4 are actually so insane in this game. And Victor, his defensive impact actually could make him better than Kevin. But Kevin Durant is actually also cracked. So this goes back and forth. I don't think Kawhi is the best. I don't think LeBron is the best, though he could also make an argument. I think for now, actually, I'm gonna change my opinion right now here on the spot. I do think Victor Wembanyama is probably the best player in the game. It's right in front of Kevin Durant And the only reason I was struggling to make that decision, Victor's not the greatest dribbler in this game. He's just not. He also is not the greatest passer. He's also a little bit slower than all of these guys. But I think that defensive impact, being able to snatch the ball mid-air, jump late, and still get blocks, and then his guard, like, he just does so much defensively. I think that even though Kevin Durant does have 4 on blocks, even though Kawhi is great at defense, even though LeBron is great at defense as well, Victor is just simply better. So yeah, I don't know, that just kind of goes on what do you prefer, you know, right? Do you prefer the insane offensive abilities and really reasonable defensive abilities of Kevin Durant? Do you prefer just the all-around nature of a LeBron or a Kawhi? If you want to dribble, you can dribble or something like that. Or do you prefer the absolute defensive demon that is Victor Wembanyama with really good offense to boot? That's just up to you. And finally, but not least, Zion Williamson. I have played with a Zion for a small amount of time. He does have posterizer. Stats wise, he probably is not the best shooter if I had to guess. He could probably dunk, and defensively probably can get, I think he can get blocks in the game, but his other defensive stats aren't actually that great. Don't come after me if you're a Zion fan. But for the sake of trying to rank everybody as much people as I can, and I could be wrong, I thought about putting him in don't know. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't see that many Zions. I've maybe seen, like, I've maybe played against or played with a Zion maybe 4 or 5 times. I'm gonna put Zion on C tier as well. And that's all the players as of right now. I want to say they're about to add some new players, but that's as the players as of right now. And this is my tier list before changing anything up. I'm gonna go through and see if I want to make any decisions, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, I think I'm happy with this for now. Maybe, you know, if you disagree with something, please say so. This is a space where you can say that, and I won't just like be mad or whatever. It's my opinion anyways. Why can't you share yours? This is what my final tier list is looking like. Some changes that I made. I basically moved Damian Lillard into don't know, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized literally the amount of times I've seen Trae Young versus the amount of times I've seen Damian Lillard is like maybe a difference of 1. I've barely seen Damian. I can't rank him. Even though I would rank him just based off of that in the zone ability, I just don't think that's even fair. I just don't know. Ja, I moved down to C simply because I just don't think, especially with him having Rocket Man as well. Rocket Man's not a bad in the zone ability. Don't think it is. It's just with Ja, I just don't see Ja being that great. And you know, my C tier is actually like all the similar theme, and it's guys who are good dunkers, relatively average to bad shooters perhaps, and like aren't the greatest defender. Basically, if you are a inside who can't defend that well, it's looking rough. And these guys have a very similar type of theme going on. I reorganized B tier entirely. A tier and S tier I'm actually pretty happy with. I'm pretty happy with S and A tier. I put Paolo Banchero and Bam a little bit higher than James Harden and Donovan, and then I moved Destiny Jackson all the way to the bottom. We got Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid right here, because I do think Joel Embiid does offer a little bit more than Anthony Davis, but I think Anthony Davis is a little bit faster Joel Embiid. So I had it like this originally. I kind of moved it like that. That one kind of just goes off of what you feel is better, but I think Joel Embiid probably offers you a little bit more offensively while being relatively the same defensively. So that's why I did that. And Bam and Paolo Banchero, I'm not sure if you guys could tell yet, I do value defense a lot in this game. And both Paolo Banchero and Bam, weirdly enough, in the game, all-rounded people, I do think Bam probably is a little bit better than Paolo at this point. I guess I'll make that adjustment right there, and that's probably the final adjustment. But I just don't think I'm taking Bam or Paolo over. And this might be personal bias, because I do actually really like Tyrese, Lamelo, and all these guys in the game, but I could very well see the argument for making Paolo or Bam above them. But that basically sums up my tier list. This is my final NBA The Run tier list. Let me know what you guys think. And when it comes down to, like, you know, sorting people into tiers or whatnot, at the end of the day, it is personal opinion. So like some things that I might have said throughout this video, I don't know, I've been recording for quite some time, might not even be that consistent. But at the end of the day, it's personal opinion. It also comes down to zone abilities and whatnot. So got to take that into account. This isn't just attributes. And like I've stated multiple times throughout this video, take this with a huge grain of salt. This game is for fun anyways. I did this because it's fun to rank things, in my opinion. But literally, you could be like, but I actually really like Zion, man. I'd be popping off with Zion, man. You know, Zion's cracked. While I do think Zion's probably not cracked, in my opinion, but if you're popping off of him, and you might be even happy, if you happen to even be on my team and you're popping off of Zion, I'm gonna be like, wow, this guy's popping off of a side. Everybody in this game is usable. You can have fun on any character in this game. You can win a championship. I have Shen Tong at the bottom of C tier for crying out loud, and I've won a championship using Shen Tong, and I had a lot of fun doing so. Shen Tong is a fun character. It doesn't matter. Now, S tier, I'm not gonna lie. S tier is pretty S tier. But all that to say, have fun in the game your own way. When they add the new characters that they're gonna add pretty soon, but whenever they add the new characters, I might update this. But anyways, enough of the yap. I've been recording for about an hour with pauses. Yeah, I took my time doing this. Might have to cut a lot of that yap out. But yeah. If you want me to break down each position individually, I guess I could do that as well. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.